Welcome back, guys. So recently I took a look at the AtGames Legends Ultimate version 1.1 arcade machine, and I was blown away by what that thing does. Very shocking to me to see where AtGames has come from with their previous products and the experiences I've had with them. So it's definitely refreshing to see this product line expand and grow. I also took a look at the Gamer Pro, and I thought that was pretty cool as well. And now they're going to be putting out in the same ecosystem, the Legends ecosystem, the Legends Pinball Machine. This thing has a lot going for it. I can't really comment on how it plays or how it feels until I get one in my hands, but I do have a lot of information to share with you guys concerning this product today. So very recently, they shared a lot of images with me and information of this, and I want to share that with you guys as well. So here's a new little picture that I just recently received of the device. I had some like 3D renders, but I don't even care about that. This picture right here is pretty slick with the way it looks. Glass over the top here, and that is a 32-inch screen. And then I'm not sure, we'll go into the specs in a minute, but the screen back here, yes, it's a screen, not just like some LEDs or whatever. It's an actual screen there. There's all the side art, some buttons on the front. You got your plunger, you got haptic feedback, you got a lot of things going on. You see the Gottlieb, I'm probably butchering that name, but I'm very familiar with their games, and some of their pinball games pretty cool, but you got their little logo there because a bunch of their games are going to be on this, but there's so much more to this than just the Gottlieb games. So here we go. Got my little folder ready to take a look. This is the other side look at this product here. Like I said, looking pretty slick. I mean, the artwork will definitely be subjective for some, but that's fine. I don't think they're doing any kind of replaceable artwork with this one. It's just, this is what you get. Sure, you could customize it by third parties who will probably sell artwork for it, but this is the way they're doing it. The Legends Ultimate V1.1 has replaceable artwork, and they're going to be putting out artwork for it. I can't wait to check one of those out because I just don't like the artwork that I have right now with the way it looks. Watch my video if you hadn't seen that on the Legends Ultimate version 1.1. Amazing, but I still, had a couple little things that I had to mention with that, right? So moving forward, let's go ahead and look at the built-in games. So they have 22 built-in games. That's a decent chunk of games, but that's not all that you're going to have access to. So here you go. You got a bunch of, games here. Some of them are familiar to me, some of them not so much, but like Haunted House. Some of these games have been on previous devices out there. What is that? Bone Busters, busting them bones, Cactus Jacks. You're not getting any of those triple A, like, licensed games. You know what I mean? You're not getting the Tron Legacy or anything like that, new Game of Thrones pinball. You're not getting that built in here, but you are getting a nice little selection. I love pinball. I'm not going to lie. I go to the Pinball Museum every year at the Arcade Expo and just play pinball for that whole weekend for hours and freaking love it. So there was the included games. This is some of the artwork, not a big deal here. But as you can see, there you go. Some classic Gottlieb. Is it Gottlieb or Gottlieb? Somebody will correct me. Doesn't, I guess. That's all right. There's some art where you got Cactus Jacks right there. That's what I'm talking about. Pretty cool. This looks like the backboard there. Just, a little render here where the actual screen will be, and some speaker action. All right. So there we go. We already looked at all that. There's all that. There's nice, very nice. Let's go ahead and go back to the good stuff, the stuff we really want to know about, right? So here's the menu, very similar to what they're already using on their machines. Just this is going to be in that orientation instead. It's going to be in that vertical orientation for pinball. So they've kind of fix this up. I see this right here, favorites. I don't know what a favorite is, but maybe it's a ferret. Ferrets? We got ferrets on here? I guess that's a little typo. Hopefully that gets fixed, right? The one thing that's been nice with these machines, I know this is just like a pre-thing. I'm sure they would catch that before this thing goes live out there, right? But they do have like firmware updates, like with the AtGames Legends Ultimate. They do like updates like every week, which I think is ridiculous. That every week there's an update, and I don't mean that necessarily in a bad way. It's just like they're constantly adding stuff and doing little fixes and whatever. So that's pretty cool. So we do have a comparison chart right here we'll take a look at in a second, but let's look at this content slide that I grabbed. So the Universal Pinball Content Plan, 207 Steam tables supported, so streaming off of Steam. Farsight, the Pinball Arcade Collection, Farsight, Williams, and Zachariah, 20 VPX and future pinball tables supported, streaming the PUCEs at launch, more to be added. Mobile apps pinball supported, Fire Stick and Android phones. They got a lot of stuff going on here. Numerous user-created pinball tables available as well. The ones that they currently have that you could play on the other Legends machines, that Leprechaun game's all right. The other ones are just kind of like whatever. But, they're going to be continually expanding upon that, so that's definitely a good thing. Now, here's their little comparison chart. Hopefully, I could blow this up and you could see it. Otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. So this thing is coming out very soon. From what I understand, November. November is just freaking couple weeks away, right? Retail price, they're going to be at $599. That's an estimate. Could go up, could go down. Hopefully it doesn't go up. For the size of this thing and what they're doing, I kind of understand the price. But, the higher the price, the more likely people are going to be like, nah, I'll just play pinball on my Android phone. What's the fun with that, right? So they're going full size. I don't understand that. Scale full size, not exactly full size, 80 to 90% full size. So it should say close to full size, almost full size, right? Comparing to the competitors out there, that Toy Shock, which I remember seeing that thing. I did a video on it. It looked like a freaking toy with the way that thing was, but I guess they have a Generation 2 that's coming out. I did not know that. And that one's going to be quite a bit more pricey than the previous one. I wonder if it's going to be the same size. Yeah, it's just going to be a little bitch again. I mean, it looked good for kids, but as far as a grown-ass fat man, I ain't playing those things. I mean, you could see the full size here about what they're talking about, the cartons, the packaging, I guess, some of the stuff they have listed, like, who cares, right? But, okay, 80 to 90% full size in the AtGames. Assembly dimensions, here you go. There's the assembled dimensions. So the AtGames 67 by 38 by 23. The Toy Shock, toys in the name, 513017. The arcade 1-up pinball, 56.5, 32 by 17.25. So closer to the AtGames, but the AtGames is still going to be bigger. Assembled weight, question mark. This thing may be gaining weight, maybe losing weight. I don't know. But they state the Toy Shocks were 64.34 pounds. From what I was told, like the packaging was going to be like way heavier than the Legends Ultimate, like probably like twice the weight. I mean, I would imagine. But yeah, I was hearing it's going to be a very heavy package. So 22 games installed, and they have these listed for the others. So they're definitely up there. This well-played games, Triple Z Pinball, I've never even heard of that thing. It says that they claim to be 85% full size. I'm going to have to look into that because their dimensions are right there, a little bit bigger on one side of things than the AtGames. I'm not even sure what that is. I've never heard of it. I'm going to have to look into that one. Assembly time, 15 minutes for these. Question mark for the AtGames. We don't know how long it's going to take you. There we go. So the main important things here. This guy is going to have a 32-inch screen. Why would this well-played only have a 24-inch TFT LCD when it's like, equivalent to the AtGames size? They should have went with a 32-inch, but the only one that's going to have a 32-inch monitor and the main body is going to be the AtGames here. So that's cool. Glass cover. Looks like most of them. Well, no, the Toy Shocks use glass. The Arcade 1-Up is acrylic. Glass can be dangerous, man, in transit. So hopefully they get these things packaged up well. So right here, they list the maximum resolution and frame rate, 1080p by 60 FPS, everything else 720. The Arcade 1-Up they list may have 1080, 30 frames per second in what? I don't know. Maybe in their next iteration, or maybe it's going to be that way. I have no clue. Secondary screen, 15.6-inch color LCD, 1080p, 60 frames per second for that secondary back panel screen. So that's pretty cool. 4 alphanumeric numbers for the Toy Shock V1. Version 2, Generation 2, it's going to have 14-inch LCD. Arcade 1-Up, 8-inch LCD. Okay, that's fine. Back panel interchangeable artwork. Yes, digital through the LCD. Wi-Fi on the AtGames Legends Pinball. So that's going to be a big thing here because these other guys, the main competitors, the Toy Shock and the Arcade 1-Up, do not. And it doesn't make any sense for the Arcade 1-Up. Like, they've already made other machines that have Wi-Fi. So why wouldn't they want to integrate that into the pinball? Maybe because just let's make a bunch of different ones and sell them to everybody who wants to have a million machines, have to rent out a whole new house just to have these things. Some people got the room, some people don't. So I've been digging what AtGames has been doing with this arcade lineup, their Legends, lineup here. So I don't have the space for everything. I'll have the space for their Legends Ultimate and then their pinball, and that's it. I'm done after that. Like, I wouldn't want anything else because all my arcade, not all, but most of my arcade needs and desires burning within me will be fulfilled that way. I don't need to have a bunch of machines. Some people are fine with that. They like to collect. I ain't knocking you. You know what I mean? USB, yes, for expansion, to add your games and whatnot. To use that pinball expansion. What else? Bring your own game, yes. Nope on any of these. Arcade Net, obviously they're not going to have Arcade Net. Just AtGames is going to have it. Live streaming, so they got a lot of stuff. They're going to have the nudge and tilt accelerometer, haptic feedback, which most of the newer machines out there seem to have. Adjustable legs, so you will be able from the feet to lift it up a little bit higher. So there's a lot of neat things going on here. I'm excited for it, but at the same time, I'm not holding my breath. I got to see this thing. I got to feel it. I got to taste it. I got to smell it. I got to have all my senses all over this thing to really know if I dig it. You know what I'm saying? But so far with the products that they've put out recently, not a couple years ago, that was all boo-boo-ness. The stuff they're doing now, which is a more higher end line of products, has definitely pulled them out of the grave, in my opinion. Has got me a little like, on that side of like, hey, you know what? I can't make fun of these guys anymore. I can make fun of their shit that they've made before with their blast dongles and the ridiculousness with that, with their consoles that they did that just had so many issues, but doesn't seem like they're doing that stuff anymore. So, yeah, I guess I'll have to leave that stuff in the past. I'll bring it up every once in a while because I can't forget the past. You know what I mean? We learn from our mistakes from the past, and I think these guys have learned. They're doing some cool stuff. So definitely looking forward to this machine here, seeing how it performs, how it plays, with the whole integration with how they've been doing everything with their Legends line. They're also going to be doing like tournaments and stuff. Since this is an online thing, you don't have to be online to play it, but to get the most out of it, just like the Legends Ultimate, you're going to have to be online to get the most out of it, but you don't have to be able to use it. You know what I'm saying? But you're limited in that fashion. But they're going to have, tons of high score leaderboards, competitions, a whole league, tons of crazy stuff that they're planning for this. I hope like this comes out and does very well. I love pinball, and this is something I've been looking into for a long time. Not necessarily this device, but getting like a virtual pinball machine. I don't need to have like 500 different games, but a nice selection would be good, and it would definitely push me to grabbing stuff on Steam to play on this. That would definitely be pretty cool. I'm excited, but like I said, I gotta hold on to those expectations till I can feel it for myself. Those side flippers there. Get that flipper action going, seeing how everything works. So hopefully this thing goes well. Hopefully everything is great. And with that said, guys, let me know what you think down below. Really do appreciate it. And with that said, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. And boom. Bye.